WWL-TV, the spirit of Louisiana. This is Louisiana's news leader, Channel 4's Eyewitness Morning News.
We're continuing our summer series of Fix It Fridays with another quick fix around the house. And with all the heat we've had lately, now's the time to fix those broken window panes. It won't take much time, and it's fairly easy to do, or painless. Laura Bucktel shows us how.
Well, the first thing we're going to do is we want to clean out around the mullions. So all this track right here, we need to clean that out so we can properly fit.
Chris McDowell is with the Preservation Resource Center, and he says to start your repairs by checking out the mullions around the broken pane of glass. Mullions are the wood separators between the panes. When you're inspecting the mullions, look for anything that could obstruct the new pane of glass.
Here's like an old glazing point right here, so we need to pop that out. That's from the old pane of glass that was in here. So we need to kind of like remove everything that's going to obstruct, so we want to get a nice clean line in here that we can place the pane of glass in.
Chris says a 5-in-1 tool will remove the debris from around the mullions. You can use the straight edge to scrape all the old paint and glazing. Try to remove as much as you can. That will only help to give the new pane a tight fit.
See, that's old glazing right there, that whiter.
That.
Yeah, that stuff right there is the old glazing, so it kind of needs to, you can kind of get to a point where you can kind of stop, but it's nice to get down to the raw wood.
Next, you want to fit the new glass into the old space. Make sure you've cut the glass to fit properly. If it's too loose, the glass can fall out, and if it's too tight, it could shatter.
You need to have it maybe undershot just a little bit, but you want to catch these little the mullion flaps right here, which are, so you want to sit on top of this basically to do it correctly. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take these little glazing points. The glazing points basically are going to hold this in place. So they come in just little packages like this.
Okay.
This is going to hold it in place. So you want to put one right here, one right here, one right there, one right there, one right there, and one right there. On each end.
When you're pushing in the glazing points, Chris says to put them in just slightly above the glass. This will help the pane to fit tightly, but not so tight that the glass cracks. Using a glazing tool, push each point into the frame using at least 8 points, and maybe more if the window is large. You'll cover those points later.
The glazing points just hold it in place.
Keep it from moving.
Yeah, this will keep it from moving because the glazing is not going to hold it in place.
Once the points have been secured, it's time to dress up the window frame with the glazing. Now, you can buy a tub of glazing material at a home improvement or hardware store, and it should be enough to do several windows. It's similar to caulking, but it doesn't come in a caulking gun. It has to be rolled out by hand and pressed into the glass.
We need to roll these up.
Okay.
This stuff is kind of, because it's new and it's kind of been in the heat for a little while, you're going to have to kind of roll it a little bit longer to dry it out. It's going to be at least like a 1/4 inch thick. In this case, it depends on how high the mullion is riding off the glass.
You'll need one more tool, a glazing tool with a 45-degree angle on it. This will be used to smooth down the glaze and create a secure fit to the pane of glass. If you have any excess, just scrape it off with the same tool. You may need to go over it a couple of times to get a smooth, even finish. This part of the process is tedious, but worth it when you have smooth, even lines. After you're satisfied with the glazing, you can finish up the project.
Yeah, you're going to let it dry, and then eventually you'll paint it. So whatever the color of your window.
A few tools, some glazing material, and a little paint, and you're set for a new window.
Laura and Chris say for a normal-sized window, you should allow about 45 minutes to an hour to reglaze and another 30 minutes to paint.